Greetings, Benjamin J. from Ben's Trains with another in the series. Well, a quick follow-up on that de-rusted track. Now, I was going through the track and tightening the pins and checking them and making sure everything was as it should be. And I made an interesting discovery. Now, this is American Flyer track, and it's the pin arrangement is different. There's 2 pins on one end and 1 pin on the other. And they did that so you couldn't use it with any other track, I'm sure. But in this case, I pulled all the pins out and put them on the correct end of all of the sections. So just like Lionel or Marks or Menards track. And the pins are too large to mate with Marks track. However, they are exactly the same size as Menards track, as you see. So I've used all of the American Flyer curves, 2 24-inch Menards straights, and 2 10-inch Menards straight to set up this layout. I just wanted to show you the result. Still using that 50-watt transformer and still using the magnetic lock-on. Watch this. That runs absolutely perfectly. So this American Flyer track will mate perfectly with Menards track. So I've used 2 24-inch Menards straights and 2 10-inch Menards straights and all of the American Flyer curves. And the result is a working layout that cost me virtually nothing. And as you see, that's running absolutely perfectly at about 30% available power. So I just want to do a follow-up video on this. Again, I got to stress it. Don't overlook the junk. This was an absolutely simple and free way to set up a layout that costs you virtually nothing. Now, I got this American Flyer track when I bought a Commodore Vanderbilt. So I got the Commodore Vanderbilt, an additional double reduction motor, and all of this track for $12. So I de-rusted the track in vinegar, and I've just rearranged all the pins so it mates with Menards track. And as you see, this works absolutely perfectly. So I have a complete running layout. It was a really, really interesting discovery. Like I said, the pins are too big to, it won't mate with Marks. The pins are too large. But they are virtually identical in size to the pins on Menards track. So I've used all the American Flyer curves and 2 24-inch Menards straights and 2 10-inch Menards straights, and I have a new layout, all made literally out of junk. Now, the Menards track is actually fairly inexpensive. The 24-inch straights are about $6 a piece. The 10-inch straights are $1.99 each. The curves are what's expensive. And in the curves alone, there's over $60 worth of track if you had to buy the curves from Menards. In this case, I didn't. I just used that American Flyer track. Just rearranged the pins so they were all on one end and plugged it into the Menards track, and this runs just absolutely perfectly. No muss, no fuss, good constant speed all the way around the track at 30% power. And since I had all the track here, it didn't cost me anything at all. So, a good trick to know. American Flyer track will mate perfectly with Menards. Interesting bit of information. Anyway, I just wanted to pass that along. So as you can see, it was well worth the effort to de-rust that track. It works, so I now have a nice sized floor layout that cost me nothing. I already had the Menards straights, so when I discovered that I could use it with these American Flyer curves, I just rearranged the pins, plugged it all together, and this is the result. This works really, really well. Interesting discovery. Anyway, I just wanted to pass it along. So, as I stress, don't overlook the junk. I mean, all of this stuff came with a Commodore Vanderbilt that I bought. It was all useless, rusted track, and in 24 hours it's been derusted, it's up and running, and as you can see, it is running just absolutely perfectly. So American Flyer track mated to Menards track with really, really excellent results, as you see. Anyway, just want to do a quick follow-up on this. As always, you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. benstrains@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.